Hi everybody, it's Judy here at River City Sewing bringing you this week's video news. This week it's going to be all about classes and events coming up. So grab a cup of tea and get ready because we've got an action-packed couple of weeks coming up, and I want to tell you all about these classes so that you don't miss out the opportunity to book in and be part of some of these new items that are in the calendar right now. So starting with tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first of our Friday embroidery days. These happen every couple of months, where it's basically bring your own project. You want to work on something. If you've got like, for example, a lot of you got some Hoop Sisters or some Kimberbell product quilts or projects or whatever, and you just need a little bit of help to get through them. This is the class for you to actually do that. So we do this week. We're doing Friday as a BYO embroidery project. Saturday morning is Stitcherers for 2026. It's our very first one. So all of you who enjoyed Stitcherers last year, I sent you an email earlier this morning saying that it starts again on Saturday. Some of you, there's 2 tickets available for this session. One is a season ticket that gives you all those sessions all year, once a month, or you can buy a single ticket for that particular month that interests you. This month we're doing stabilizers. So for all of you, I think that's probably our biggest class of the year, which is stabilizers. We do touch on it as we go through these sessions, but this one's just on stabilizers. You need to book in for this one and all the ones going forward at least 24 hours before the session starts, simply because we need to know if we have to move the class upstairs, we need to print materials, have samples, all those kinds of things ready. So it helps me to get that ready if we know 24 hours ahead how many are coming. So if you can book yourself in for that, or just get yourself a season ticket, that way it's cheaper for you in the long run, plus you're booked into every session. So you can then decide, if you miss one, you're not going to miss out too much, and you're not going to miss out financially on that either, because I've priced the season ticket less than for the whole year. Okay, so if you book in for a season ticket, you don't have to book in again. You've booked in for every session. But if you're booking single tickets, I would suggest that please make sure that you book in before 9:30 the day before. Okay, because after that you won't be able to book in. All right. The first session after and then Saturday Stitch Out is straight after Stitcher's class. All right, so if you are booking in you basically got a 2-day embroidery thing going on here. So Friday and Saturday, but you need to book into both of those sessions if you want to take advantage of that time, maybe get a project sorted out. They're both Friday, and like Stitcherers is the club where we talk about stuff you don't need machines. But Saturday Stitch Out and the Friday BYO project is pretty much you bring your own project, you bring your machine, and I help you in the classroom, or one of my team does. Okay, so they're the 2 sessions that are happening this weekend, so Friday and Saturday. So next week, the 29th, is the first of our Husqvarna Viking Club sessions. We've already got some bookings in there. We will be featuring in that Husqvarna Viking Club session the new Topaz, Designer Topaz 65. Plus featuring some of the machines, some of the functions, why it makes a Husqvarna Viking. And so please, again, it would be great if we could have everyone who's coming to these events, we just need to book you in. The Husqvarna Viking session is a free session. So, we try to make a few of these sessions free and information only, but we will be featuring accessories and machines and all that kind of stuff in these sessions as well. So please take advantage. Okay, so February, first new session that's in February is Tuesday the 3rd, which is the AccuQuilt, Getting Started with AccuQuilt. This is a free session. It goes from 9:30 till 12-ish. And it's for people who have new to AccuQuilt, who may have bought systems, cutters, or they're just getting started, or they've had one and they don't know how to get the best out of it. This session is a free session for you at 9:30 till 12 on Tuesday the 3rd. So you need to book in so that we have the numbers. If we don't get numbers, we've got to have a minimum to get that running. But all of you who bought machines at the show, we had a session before Christmas, but a lot of you didn't get that email because a lot of you didn't show up for that one. But I put a second session on so that all of you who I promised that I would teach you how to use it, this is the session for you right now, okay? So getting started with AccuQuilt Go is just dedicated to AccuQuilt, how to use it, what the dies do, what the machine does, how to maintain your dies, how to use your cutting mat, all those kinds of things, best way to cut your fabric and preparation, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to have to bring with you a notebook and pen and some questions that you might have about your system. So hopefully that'll get you started. We have a second class that day. It starts at 1 until 4, and that's a paid class for owners who have been using their AccuQuilt for a while but need some design ideas of how to use and design new projects and quilts and things with their cubes, or getting the most out of their system and their dies and all that kind of stuff. And we call it Designing Quilts with AccuQuilt Go. All right, so that's a paid session. So you're welcome to come to both, but I would suggest that if you're new to AccuQuilt, do the free session, the getting started. If you've got an AccuQuilt and you want a refresher, come to that free session. But if you want to learn more about designing basic quilts and getting the most out of your dies, the second session is a paid one, so you'll need to book in for that. So that's Tuesday the 3rd. So have a look online for those. The next new class, Jackie's Saturday morning quilting class. I won't say it's a new class, but we've put a few extras in there. There isn't a block of the month club this year, but there is a Saturday morning quilting class that happens around about every second or third Saturday. So that happens. You'll see them on the booking page. The next club that happens is Bernina Club. It's happening not every month now, but every 2 months. And the first session for this year is on February the 11th. And you'll find that online again. These are free sessions, but you do need to book yourself in. Anybody who's interested in Bernina, has never seen a Bernina, but are interested in what they do, how they work, Bernina owners who want to get a little bit more out of their machines, get a little bit more info, find something new or a better, accessories, what's happening at Bernina, what's coming up. That's the kind of sessions that you can book yourself into. So that's Wednesday, the 11th of Feb, starts at 10:30, goes for about an hour and a half. Okay, so it's not a big day. No machines on that one as well. All these brand club days, you do not bring machines in. We'll have machines in the machine or more in the classroom, plus just be providing you with info. So notebook and pen would be really good when you come to these. Now the big event that we've got, first big event for us for this year is a long arm open house, which is happening in our upper level where our long arm centre is. 13th and 14th of February. We'll be featuring our 3 long arm brands being Gammill Handy Quilter and Bernina Q. And during those sessions, we have some special guests coming in to help us showcase those 3. So imagine it's just a long arm show upstairs in our upstairs area. It's dedicated to long arms, all things long arm, cutting thread, talking about sessions on loading fabric, needles, all those kinds of things, what the features of the machine are. You'll be able to get your hands on some machines here as well. So that goes on Friday the 13th of Feb and Saturday the 14th of Feb between 10 and 4, both days. Okay, so if long arm quilting or a long arm quilt machine is on your bucket list, then you need to note these down. We have 3 of these this year, so 3 mini shows on long arms here at the store. No matter where you are, if your long arm is on your bucket list or your shopping list for this year, then you need to come and see us here, because we'll be the only place where you'll see Gammill Handy Quilter and Bernina all together in the one room. Okay, so it's good to see the differences in this environment where it's not a crazy crowded environment. You can hear the machines, you can get your hands on the machines, you can talk to us about them. We supply them, service them, install them, all those kinds of things. So it is a good opportunity for you to have a look if you are in the market for a long arm, to come to one of these events this year. Even if you're not ready to purchase it, we get it. We understand we're long arm owners ourselves before we came into this whole thing. We know how long sometimes it can take and what the things you need to do to get a long arm at your place and to get into long arm quilting. It could be a sit down long arm, like a Q16 or a Q20 or a Mara ST or a Moxie ST. So it doesn't have to be a frame machine. It's everything to do with the product provided by either Handy Quilter, Bernina, or Gammill. Okay, so they're the three brands that we do, and that's the three brands we'll be showcasing, as well as trying to give you as much information as we can. And we really appreciate our brands coming to help us during this particular time, and there'll be at the different sessions, there'll be different opportunities for you to have a chat to them as well. So so that's 13th and 14th of Feb, so mark that one in your diary. The next ones will be, after that will be 17th is Janome Club. Welcome to all the Janome customers close to us, and we invite you to all come in for these. These are little information sessions, like we said, and it's just to give you a brand specific club that you can come in and talk about your machine at, and we give you information about what's happening, that kind of thing. And you don't need your machines, just come along and have a chat, and we can talk about the kind of things that's happening with Janome, accessories, if they've got an accessory of the month, all those kinds of things. From time to time we'll have the educators with us, which will be great, but at this particular one it'll just be us, and it'll be Tuesday the 17th of Feb. All right, so pop that in your diary. All these are on the booking page, so you don't have to worry too much. I just want to run through a few. The 18th of Feb is the first of our OESD for this year, OESD Essential Skills class, which is an embroidery class to teach you and give you extra embroidery skills. This is the In the Hoop Project one, number 11. So we started last year, but we didn't get them all finished. So we're finishing 11. This one is a number 11. And this class, you will need your machines, and you will need to a requirements list that is online when you book in. All right, so you'll need to get those. If for some reason you don't get that stitched in class, you will just basically be able to save that in your machine and take it home. These sessions include note, a design, and instruction during the class, so they are well worthwhile if you're new to embroidery, to build your skills over a long period of time with a set project, because we all do the same project at the same time. Right, get ready, because Club Days for River City Sewing, and I'm not talking brand Club Days, I'm talking River City Club Day, is back. On the first one is the 19th of Feb, and we're going to do them every 2 months. So while we have our individual brand clubs, we are bringing back River City Club. Now what that is was, we had a session, all of you people out there who've been to club before, you know what it's all about. We come together, we have a morning tea, and we bring you new things. We talk about non-specific brand things, but sometimes we might have special guests arrive. We might have a special talk about something, or showcase a particular product or designer or whatever at the event. But it's a place for you to bring your show and tell, and show us all what you've been sewing, and get back to a bit of that social interaction with clubs. So mark it in your diaries. You do have to be a financial club member to be at these sessions. So club membership, sometimes it's gifted when you buy a new machine, depending on the value, but otherwise it's $55 a year, and that gives you discounts every day down here in the store on all range of different things. Okay, so it's well worth it to come on in, but you do have to be a financial club member to come into these sessions. So if all of you have been asking for club, we started up a few of them last year. We had 4 sessions last year, and we're starting them now every 2 months. It's not going to be on a Wednesday. It's going to be how it fits in our calendar here. So this one's on Thursday morning, 9:30. It'll start off, okay? And it's going to be on the upstairs in our building here in our event space, all right? Because that's where we can cater morning tea and all those kinds of things. So 19th of Feb, so mark that in your calendar. There's a couple more in February, which I want to touch on quickly. One is Robin's Bianni class. It gets booked out really fast. She started that, she's got one next week, but it's fully booked. The next one is on the 24th of Feb. Now, you have to book in early for that because that class books out super fast. So if you haven't, it's a Bianni's class. You have to have at least some, you have to have done at least 1 or 2 bags because this is a more advanced bag making class. So if you're coming in as a beginner to bags and you've never done one before, well then we can have a look at that, but this is more advanced, okay, because these are the Bianni patterns. 24th of, it's a Tuesday, 9:30, 24th of Feb. Our FAF Club is on the 25th, Wednesday the 25th. Again, we'll be showcasing the new Creative Expression 750, which is the new model from FAF in that session, as well as give you an update on accessories and hoops and all that kind of stuff from FAF. Excuse me, so all you FAF owners out there, that'll be Wednesday the 25th. It's a free session, but please still book in online. All of these elements, please book in online for them, even club day, okay? Because that way we can know catering and all that kind of stuff. But these brand sessions will just be talk sessions. There won't be morning tea or anything like that. It'll just be information sessions, okay? So, and that's all of February for some of the new things. But there is one session in March that I'll really need to talk about because some of you might have to travel from different places in Australia to get to see us for those ones. So as part of our long arm open house events, in between them, there's going to be some education for long arm owners or people who are looking to purchase a long arm but want a little bit more education before they jump in. So we have some Gamel sessions set up, we have some Handy Quilter sessions set up, and we have some Bernina Q sessions also set up. The first one of them, and it's in March. I'm going to give the others as we go through later in the year as they get closer, but a lot of them are on the booking page now. So there's 2 Gamel sessions on, there's one on the 25th of March and one on the 26th of March. The first one is for all Gamel owners, no matter if you've got a Vision or an older Gamel like a Plus or a Minus or a Premier or a non-stitch regulated machine, or if you've got a Vision or Vision 2 or an Elevate or a Statler Ascend, doesn't really matter. These are all back to basics to do with the operation of the machine, the maintenance, setup techniques, all those kinds of things. So we call it back to basics, and it's to do with the operation of the machine. It doesn't necessarily the software, it's not how to quilt certain ways, but it's these common troubleshooting things that we get every single day, to do with needles, setup, what size needle do I need to go up, what's happening when I'm skipping stitches, what maintenance am I looking at, what things do I need to look after with my machine, and what happens when something goes wrong, okay, or something isn't stitching right, or it's all those troubleshooting areas where you might need a little bit of help. This is a back to basics class. It goes for I'll give you the time. I'm just going to go into the 25th of March. So this is one way you can search. 25th of March. Back to basics, troubleshooting and maintenance. So it's all of those basic things. So it starts at 10 o'clock, finishes at 2 o'clock. So it's a 4-hour session. So you can see here, this gives you the details of what it is. We'll have some machines here that we're going to be presenting on. So there'll be some basic notes, but we'd like you to bring your own notebook and write them in your own on your own terms. That's $95 for that session, and well worth that session to keep your machine running beautifully, and get you out of the need for all that troubleshooting. And so that's a great session for any Gammill owner. The next day, being the 26th of March, is based on Creative Studio, because there's so much involved with Creative Studio, whether you've got an Elevate or you've got a Statler or Statler Ascend. There is lots with that Creative Studio 7 software, and this is the first part. This is the basics of Creative Studio 7, Pattern Cloud, and Creative Studio features and functions. If you are still struggling with, if you've gone from a different version of Creative Studio and you've come up, whether it's from 4 or 3 or, Precision Stitch or one of those earlier versions, and you're on Creative Studio 7, or if you're new to this, if you've just recently got a machine and you've just gone up to Creative Studio 7, or alternatively, if you're looking that you might want to purchase a Gammill or a Statler at some particular point, this is a great class, because we're going to go right back to the very basics on a laptop. So you're going to load Creative Studio 7 on your Windows laptop, and we're going to be going through step by step of all the basics of Creative Studio 7. Okay, and there'll be more advanced classes as we go through in the months ahead, but these are the basics classes, and they will be repeated later in the year. So it'll be Marino and I will be teaching these particular classes, so that way you get the most out of them. This session with Creative Studio 7 and Pattern Cloud features and functions is a longer class day, and we'll be asking you to bring your lunch along. We'll be asking you to bring your laptop, and all the information is online, so you can see here. This is all of the information about that session, and it's $125 for the day. Starts at 10 a.m. and goes through till 4 p.m. So a much longer session, but you will get a lot out of that session with us here. Okay, so new owners who want a refresher, you still haven't quite got the features and functions, or you just want to, just refresh, or you want to see it for the first time, why not book yourself into that particular session, okay? Because you're going to learn heaps about Creative Studio 7. You probably refresh on some of your knowledge, that things that you may have forgotten, things that you already knew, but you've found one new thing that you can do with CS7, which has got so much involved. Okay, so to answer the question, no, there will be no Quilting with Confidence in Australia this year. We've organised these sessions to be the education. Like I said, there will be some more advanced sessions that Marino and I'll be teaching a little bit later in the year. So if you're looking for QWC this year, we won't have a QWC, but we will be looking in 2027. But if you're looking for some education in between times, why not come and see us here in Brisbane, and we can look after you here for that. And that is the last of the sessions that I want to go through. I know there was a lot in those things, but I wanted you all to be aware of some of the new items in the brand clubs, like your FAF and Husqvarna Viking, and your Benina. And look, and there'll be some others as they come up during the year. There'll be some scan and cut stuff later on, and some brother stuff. So we don't forget you. Whatever we haven't encompassed in a brand day, we will encompass in things like a class, like you bring your own embroidery class, or other things. So, but club days are back. That's the main thing we wanted to bring to your attention. And look, it's going to be an interesting year for us, bringing you so much new content here at the store as well. So the other ones I wanted to just touch on quickly, there's still a couple of things that is happening. Now I'm going to bring you back up here into the website. So on the top of the website here is the classes and events link. is here. There's another one further down, as we mentioned last time. That's still there, but we have made it easier for you. If you just go right up to the, like you come into the website and you see this here, you'll be able to click there and go directly to the booking page. Okay? So, makes it easier. Now, in the website, I will go and say this again. We got some new wide backs in this week, plus a whole heap of other things. If we type in backings, here's the two backings that we have in. This is, like I said, party. This looks like confetti, but it's on an aqua background. I thought that was a bit of fun. And if the other one is this one, which is called Crafty Claws. It's really a lot of fun, all right? Nice and bright, something a little bit different, just to give you a little bit more fun on the back of your quilts. There's been some heaps of other product, which I won't go through right now, but there's lots of interesting fun searching the website. And it's an evolution in what we're doing with the website. There's new stuff going up all the time, trying to clean up my inventory a little bit. So it's still a work in progress. It still will be for a few months yet, so please bear with us. The one thing that we did wanted to tell you about, Accolade, don't forget it's still available. I'm just going to go back here again just to show you that once more. I'm going to change cameras first. So the Accolade, as we said, he's been replaced with another model. They've done some changes and they've replaced the Accolade. It's been a great machine. 8 thread, does the wave stitch, cover stitch, overlock, combination stitches, all those fun things. Great machine. Baby Lock have decided to bring out a new model. So that one, we've got one of our demos left at the store as of this morning. So if you would like to grab one of those, it still comes with the Christmas bonus, and we'll give you a special little gift card because it's our demo model. So you just need to get in. First in gets that one left, that's it, and there's no more new stock in the warehouse. New model will come very, very soon. So well worth it. This has been a fabulous machine. Really lovely one to work on, so someone's going to be very lucky there. So don't forget, from 1st of Feb, we've got some of those price increases happening with this. Our Christmas pricing for a lot of the brands is finishing on the 31st of January. 1st of February, new pricing starts. Some of those we know that there's going to be changes to Bernina. A lot of Bernina product is increasing, so if you were thinking about a Bernina, get in and see us before those price rises happen. There's some price rises up to $1,000, maybe some even more than that. So well worth having a conversation about those. And yeah, hopefully we'll have up your the Topaz 65 YouTube video. I didn't get to it this week. It's all been recorded, just got to edit. Hopefully that'll be up next week. So we're closed Monday because of the public holiday. So if you were heading over Monday, we are closed. We're taking the day and celebrating Australia Day. I hope everyone has a great Australia Day and look forward to seeing you in store really soon. So from all the team, thanks for watching. Bye for now.